wound channel, let's say like the bullet went in their arm and the back of their arm is gone, we're going to try to put as much as we can into that wound to stop the bleeding. All right? And again, try to make sure that it's a clean cloth. We have advances in medicine that we can give them some antibiotics when they get there. So much rather combat a life-threatening infection than a life-threatening bleed in the hospital. Okay, so as long as we control the bleeding, the big thing in this, guys, is making sure that the blood stays in the body. We can treat infections later. All right. Direct pressure. Then we're going to apply continuous pressure with both hands directly on top of the bleeding wound. You think these guys are going to like that? No, it's going to hurt. Everything that we're going to do today and we are going to show you guys today is going to hurt the patient. Initially, it's going to hurt them, but in the long run, it will help them. All right? So we're going to push down hard as you can, hold pressure until relieved by medical responders. I have a good case of this study using wound packing and quick clot 1. I was out on the battlefield with some Marines going into Iraq. So this stuff's kind of near and dear to my heart. I was in at the time where we were transitioning from old school medical thoughts to kind of this stuff, new medical thoughts. So we're going to get into BCON, bleeding control. What everyone should know about bleeding control. So it's an educational program. It's actually through an executive order through the White House, the president, executive order. Partnered with these people, the Hartford Consensus, American College of Surgeons, Committee on Trauma, the Committee for Tactical Combat Casualty Care, and the NAEMT. NAEMT, yes. So does anybody recognize any of these groups? You guys are all going into the medical field, you'll probably see some of these, okay? So Hartford Consensus, this is a group of people that are a lot smarter than myself or Bruce. They got together after all these incidents, mainly the Sandy Hook. You guys remember Sandy Hook? Elementary school shooting? They came back and they go, what can we do to increase the survivability rates, like Bruce was talking about, between the incident and pooling blood, right? Are we going to scoop out clots? No, we're going to leave those in, right? Because it's already clotting. We're going to try to.
What does a clot feel like on your fingers? If you could describe it, like a luggy?
Yes.
Okay.
Not squeamish at all, guys.
Like a booger?
Really big booger.
Okay.
Huge.
But it's
red
kind of, you know, right?
Booger.
That it's kind of moco-y. You want it to stay there.
Ugly.
You want that big old snot to stay
It
there.
is a ginormous loogie, red blood cells. Okay, so you guys know what that is. It's all that stuff that we talk about. It's the body clotting factors. It's the red blood cells. It's everything coagulating together into a big, nice gelatin mass to help clot and cut off the blood flow. All right, so we don't want to remove those because that's probably where the bleeding is coming from. So if we look in there and we see like this big, gigantic mass of blood that looks like a big ball of blood, big blood, we don't want to move it. All right, we want to leave it there. But if I do see like blood spurting out, that's where I'm going to go. What I'm going to do is take a nice little, maybe like 2-finger pinch like this. And like I said, see your finger. You feel anything? Straight down?
Just like
Something.
Yeah.
That's the bone. Okay, so like we talked about, I don't want you guys like diving in there blindly when we talk about blind finger sweeps with CPR. Same thing. Just don't go like scooping everything out, all right? Take a minute to look and be like, all right, yeah, he's bleeding. I'm gonna take this, take a nice little ball right there, 2 fingers, and I'm gonna stick it right where I thought I saw the bleeding coming from. Okay? That is the key factor here, and keeping pressure. Big mistake that people make is they'll do this. It's in there. All right. This is wrong. Don't do this. Okay? Because what's not happening? Pressure. All right? So people get really good at this. They used to be really good at it. Not that that's like a bragging thing, because it's bad that I had that much experience. What you want to do, that's why it's S and Z folded. So I can either come here, and I can feed my fingers like one after another, like this, but I'm keeping constant pressure, downward pressure. Again, I'm not trying to pack the wound, like when you guys get into like CNF.
They are doing CNS. They've done
CNS,
it.
sorry.
Wound packing.
Yeah, when we're talking about bed sores and stuff like that, we're not trying to do that kind of wound packing. This is for the purpose of stopping the bleed. So we want to make sure that we're visualizing, I know I saw that bleeding straight down, and I'm just going to keep going. Feeding this over and over again, constantly keeping pressure. Okay? You guys think I'll get all of this in here?
Probably.
Absolutely.
But for some crazy reason, if I don't, what should I do with all of this? Let's say this was a really shallow wound, or I'm just gonna take all of this right here.
And that way she'll be able to get nice and down now, nice and low. Okay, and then the cross arm technique, so left over right, right over left. And you're gonna wanna make sure your arms are literally sandwiched up against her chest. So if there's any kind of, if your arms are pinched between her arms and not up against her chest, you gotta
So
reposition.
both hands.
Yep, so you'll basically, let's see, we'll go here, grab that, and then under, oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, and then you come right up in here. There you
Oh,
go,
okay.
there you go. See, now, if you feel her chest, you know you're solid. She's not going anywhere. Otherwise, if it was the arms out like that, what would happen is you were carrying her, your arms would start to go out, and all the stress would be on your shoulders.
Yeah.
The longer you were carrying her. All right.
Ready? Up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Look at that.
Right into the left. And walk forward. And down on 3.